This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And yes, there is actually an on this day video after 3 days of absence because I couldn't find it in Smart. Anyhow, December 19th, 2010 was a weird day in the world of football as the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants were battling each other. They both were fighting head to head for the division and all that. Philly was taking on the New York Giants, as I said. And the two teams were fighting tooth and nail as usual, fighting for the division. So the Philadelphia Eagles were a tough team to crack, if you will. Both teams were both the Eagles and Giants were 9-4 heading into this game. So this was its context. So the first quarter happened, and the Giants scored quickly, make it 7-0 on a touchdown from Eli Manning to Mario Manningham. The Giants would then pad their lead in the second quarter to 24-3 thanks to a pair of touchdown passes from Eli Manning. One to Manningham and one to Hakeem Nicks, while Lawrence Tynes, former CFLer, if you must know, kicked the field goal to make it 17-3. Well, the Eagles were in trouble. They were down by 21. They did score a touchdown pass from Michael Vick, who was coming back from his jail sentence for dog fighting. He passed to Jeremy Maclin to make it 24-10. Fourth quarter started out terribly for the Eagles as Eli passed one to Kevin Boss to make it 31-10. A 21-point game. So the Giants were looking good. But less than a minute after the Giants made it a 21-point game, Brett Selleck got a touchdown pass from Michael Vick to make it 31-17. And then, a couple of minutes after that, Michael Vick ran into the end zone for a touchdown to make it 31-24. The Giants couldn't do anything offensively. And with less than 2 minutes left, the Eagles got the ball, and Michael Vick threw a touchdown to Jeremy Maclin. 31-all. So it was down to the nitty-gritty. The Giants couldn't do anything, and they needed to punt. And that's when Matt Dodge had a chance to kick a punt deep, let the clock run out, and then go to overtime. And then it happened. I'm loosely going to use Joe Buck's call. Obviously, I don't want to get the real call on the video because I don't want to get a strike. Anyway, here we go. As Dodge it's a line drive kick. Jackson bobbles it and now has to try to recover. Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? Deshaun Jackson still not in, and now in for the touchdown. No flags. Unbelievable. No time left. Eagles win. From that call came this. As Matt Dodge punted to Deshaun Jackson, who's pretty good and all that. He bobbled the ball, had to pick it up, and then tried to dart his way through. And he got the block, and he scored. But, of course, he backed up into the end zone. It was just unbelievable. The Eagles come back from 21 points down twice and actually win the game. And all of that. It was unbelievable. As the Eagles won the game. It's one of the best games in 2010. However, this actually wasn't new to the Giants and Eagles. Years before, in 1978, on November 19th, 1978, which I hope I didn't do. No, I didn't do it. It was Grey Cup 95, but yeah. November 19th, 1978, the Giants and the Eagles were playing each other. And basically all the Giants had to do was take a knee. All that. However, there was a problem because the Eagles actually ran right into Joe Pisarcik. And they figured they might as well just hand it off, run the clock down. Because the Giants didn't really need the win. The Eagles needed the win for a playoff spot, in a sense. But anyway, Pisarcik fumbled the ball to Sanka and Herman Edwards. Yes, that Herman Edwards. You play to win the game. And he did. He scores the touchdown. Eagles win 1917. It was amazing. Yeah, Don Criqui was the legendary Don Criqui was doing stuff about the crew and all that, and then you couldn't believe it. Studying contract. So this was a huge aftermath. There was a giant aftermath after that game, 1978, because the Eagles, I believe, was close to winning. They actually did. They actually won. They actually were 9-7 at the end of the season, which meant that they got the second wildcard spot and played. But they lost to Atlanta. Although the Eagles could have won in Atlanta if it wasn't for a missed extra point and a missed field goal. Philly would actually correct its kicking woes by getting Tony Franklin, who was known for kicking barefoot. The Eagles actually took this the right way, and by 1981 they got to the Super Bowl, although they lost to Oakland. The Giants were just like, wow. The Giants were just terrible and all that. They were 6-10, and the fans were just pissed off. You can imagine that. The Giants actually were going down a rabbit hole, but by 1981, after the Giants drafted Phil Simms and made him their quarterback, the Giants went uphill. In the late 80s, they were decent. They were the best team in the NFC East. Philly had slid a little bit. Dallas really slid. And the Cardinals, we don't, and the Redskins. Well, the Redskins. Okay, but the Cardinals, we don't talk about the Cardinals. But the miracle at the new Meadowlands was huge. Atlanta actually clinched the playoff spot because of Philly screwing over the Giants. But Atlanta won the game anyhow. Newspapers in New York had pictures of Eli Manning and other players on the Giants following the epic collapse. The New York Post put on the front page cover. Giants dogged it. Epic collapse against Fick and the Eagles. Of course, the dogfighting ring things. It was just terrible and all of that. But this game actually, the game in 2010 actually decided the division for the Eagles. After the Giants got crushed by the Packers, the Eagles got the division. The Eagles won the division. I don't remember the 2011 playoffs for the Eagles, how they did. All I know is that the Packers went to the Super Bowl against the Steelers. The Giants were 10-6 at the end of the year. But unfortunately, there was a tiebreaker with Green Bay. And Green Bay, as the 6th seed, went all the way to the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. That could have been the Giants being the 6th seed and going to the Super Bowl and winning. Although, it did happen in 2007-8. Obviously, you know who they beat because of how bitter I sound. And yes, Matt Dodge was basically get out of Dodge and get out of town. Dodge was replaced by Steve Weatherford to do the punting. I feel for the guy. Like, how did you know Deshaun Jackson was going to return for a touchdown? Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. I know.